Hello. So, it is... I know I'm really late to this, and you know how I know I'm very late to this? Because Sayu has already put out his reaction to it 2 days ago. That's how late I am to doing this. And this video is not even that old. It only came out like 4 days ago. But I wasn't expecting an Improv tour trailer before the next patch, considering we already got one for Asat Pramod. I wasn't expecting another one before 4.4 dropped. I was expecting maybe like a Fate trailer or something, but not like what everybody's thumbnails keep saying is a Himiko lore trailer, and we've got Himiko in a wheelchair, which was cut from 4.3 for some reason. There's go back and watch the trailer for 4.3. There's a scene with Himiko in a wheelchair that did not happen in the 4.3 story, so I'm guessing it got cut and it's going to be shifted into this Improv tour trailer, because I can kind of already see that that's what's happening right now. Just a bit of a low intro for this. So if you wanted to know why I haven't updated this yet, I've been busy doing other content. So much is going on in Honkai Star Rail and Shadowverse, so I have been a little bit too busy to sit down and do a reaction to this Improv tour trailer the day it dropped. Then I also got sick. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm feeling so much better today compared to yesterday. I can actually eat and hold food down, and I can actually stay livid and awake. So we're going to give this my undivided attention for roughly the next 30 minutes. So let's look forward to that. It's about a 4.5 minute trailer. But if you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, joining my Discord is the best way to do that. Anywho, let's look at the description real quick. Improv tour trailer, To the Onlooker. Himiko, I had a dream. A cosmic traveler was tinkering away, sending a few sparks flying into the darkness. The sparks ignited the Express's engine and illuminated the traveler's face. Traveler mentioned, Genshin Impact reference. I see you, and beside you are figures both tall and short. Then you chat about the stars. English voice, Himiko and Motoko, Chia Court. Somebody pointed out that in the trailer for 4.4, Chia Court was credited as Himiko Mitoko. I guess that we're going to get some elaboration into what that is now. So I guess we should just move in and get on with the reaction, and then we'll break down and try to analyze it from someone who at least follows the lore semi-regularly afterwards, to see if I can fill in any story gaps and mysteries and answer some questions. Like, for instance, how Himiko is not suffering from the Weathering Curse, despite the fact that we saw her suffer from the Weathering Curse at the end of the 4.3 story, in where we got to see Big Himiko and Small Himiko fight the Herald of Death. Anyway, I've stalled long enough. Let's just get into the reaction proper. Let's put subtitles on in case I missed something.
When I was young, I also imagined my future self.
This is the Imagenesis homework for today.
Future self.
On time.
Imagined? What about now? The countdown for every member of the Murata family begins at birth.
That's kind of depressing.
No exceptions.
Learning that the Muratas tend to die in their early 30s reminded me that I'm turning 33 this year.
Everyone carefully avoids talking about the future with me.
I don't like the squiggly faces. I didn't like it in March's trailer either.
Drives one into deeper despair. I'm well aware.
Himiko? What am I?
You?
I'm nothing.
You are nothing. That's dark.
Looking back now, you really were rude. Back then, I was just... No, I'm sorry.
So if you were wheelchair bound, how come you weren't wheelchair bound when we got to play as you during the 4.3 story?
The homeland of the Eon of Trailblaze.
And the Astral Express.
I wonder how many patches it'll be till we get to go to Pagana in game.
Worlds. The nameless gather like meteors. They were once a crew, and they were once accompanied by a star.
Oh, we're gonna have to go frame by frame during this.
Giant? The one you keep painting?
Yeah, I've named it Starblazer.
The giant.
But after Akivili's fall, their followers left one after another, and only the navigator and one other passenger were left on the Express.
Just 2 of them?
Who is that?
Sounds lonely.
But they never gave up on the Express, all to extend the silver rail of trailblazing deep into the stars.
Just like How we're repairing the express right now.
Yeah, they were on board
This is
very
also
train,
kind of explaining what's going
traversing
on in
countless
Himiko's character
galaxies,
stories, the two people that
persisting
built
on
the
their
Express.
journey without the blessings of any eon.
It exploded again.
Which would
But
explain
when
why
a
there's
young
like two
man
contradicting
named
versions of how
He
Himiko fixed
rallied
the
the
Express.
people to clear the obstructed silver rail and reignite the trailblaze once more.
Do you aspire to become a hero like Falcon?
No, my dream is the same as those two travelers. From the day they witnessed the fall of the trailblaze and the dimming of the star rail. From the day the weathering curse consumed my whole body and I stumbled upon the crashed express. We've been pursuing a faint miracle. In the records, they passed the trailblazing spark to Falcon to illuminate the stars once more.
We saw that in the last Improv tour
But
trailer.
can I really get the express to set forth anew? Can I have a future like that? I never expected answers from anyone. False hope only drives one into deeper despair.
Himiko, it's fine.
It's fine if you don't submit. Oh, that's fucked up from the teacher. As long as you can do every day that you have. You know, I've had to go through a lot of training for
Still won't
educators and teachers. We haven't covered the part of what do you do if your
Silent
student has a
darkness.
terminal illness and they're not going to live to grow
I
up.
guess it's my final
That's
stop.
not exactly in the training process I've gotten through so far.
I still find it hard to accept.
I'll be sure to ask somebody about that. And that's the portrait of the future self, which is the Himiko we know.
Look, just like me right now.
You know, if I didn't already know,
Let's join the Phantasmoon Games and make a wish to the omnipotent
I didn't think there was going to be more.
In the time we have left, roll the dice one more time.
So they fixed the Express.
You can take my place.
So they fixed the Express before they even entered the Phantasmoon games. That's crazy, if that timeline is correct. But that was really emotional. I probably would have cried if I didn't know that how this already ends, because we kind of see where this ends at the end of 4.3. Let's go back and look at this through a very analytical lens real quick. So they mentioned that everyone on the Express except for 2 people remained, which was this guy here and Icy. And I now think I remember where I've seen this guy before. I have an image from the Icy trailer saved. Let me just pull it up real quick. Yeah, you can see him. He's right back here, behind these 2 guys. And he's like the only one that doesn't have his head scratched out. Okay. So pretty much Icy killed all but 2 members of the Express, and then recruited Falcon Amundsen. That's kind of crazy. And so I have no future. Oh, that's gross. That's so fucked up. Alright, what else do we want to talk about here? So the whole time Himiko is working on this future portrait, which becomes the Himiko we know. But why they're called Motoko, we don't know yet. In fact, we don't even know which one of them could be technically Motoko. But the fact that the painting one eventually turns out to be the Himiko that we have playable in-game at the current point makes us think that this is probably Himiko and then this is Motoko. That's probably my best assumption on what is correct and what is not. By the way, this is a beautiful painting, which is also reminiscent of the main loading screen of Honkai Star Rail, so I guess that's worth mentioning as a nice little Easter egg. Not to mention they're talking about Pagana, the homeland of the Aeon of Trailblaze. I believe there was a dev interview from like 2 or 3 years ago where they got asked if the planet that's in the backdrop of the loading screen is important or something to the lore or something. They said it'll be important later, and I guess that means this might be soft confirmation that that planet that's in the loading screen or that you're warping towards in the loading screen is actually Pagana, the homeland of the Aeon of Trailblaze, or supposedly I think that is where the Silver Rail starts, and it's supposed to, I think, loop back to itself in the end after it's traversed the universe. I can't remember if that's how it worked, or if Pagana was the end stop of the Trailblaze. The terminus, one might call it. Alright, now this is the part I want to go frame by frame to see how many people we can recognize. Alright, we're going to go frame by frame for the next couple bits. Star Seeker Icy. There's the stone guy. Don't remember the name of him. I'm sure we can find him in the lore. I'm guessing this is Falcon Almundson. I wonder if these are the two twins that got killed off, or maybe everyone after Falcon Amundsen is new people. Because I don't recognize all of them. Interesting. These three people. That kind of looks like Black Swan, but I know it isn't. Is that a duck? Next to them? Or no, that's just their waist. Never mind. Don't know who these are. Oh, so this is... Icy and this guy are still here. Now I'm really curious. We're starting to see some reused poses for some of these individuals that are nameless. I see reading a book. A toast. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I think this character here that we see that I said looked like Swan, that might be Dolly. Because we've seen what Dolly looks like in some of the external material. We're getting further away, and the images are kind of just repeating at this point. We see the painting of the giant. What do they call it? Star Blazers. So this is going to be Himiko Nova's mech. No clue how that it's going to be relevant into the kit, or why she hasn't used it up until this point in the story if she's had it the whole time. So there's going to be some sort of wacky explanation for that. Never gave up on the Express. We're repairing it right now. On board without the blessings of any Aeon. True. We still don't really know fully how this Express works completely. Supposedly it is powered by Trailblaze, whatever the Prima Mobile is. We talk about Falcon, who Icy basically... who succeeded Icy, and basically Icy, when they stopped being Navigator, Falcon Amundsen took up the role, and then the Express went again, and if I remember correctly, Falcon Amundsen eventually passes the Navigator role to somebody else, and they pass on their hat as well, and then that person passes it on to Misha, the Watchmaker. I don't know if we ever find out, or if it's known, I'd have to look, but I don't remember who Misha eventually passes on the role of Navigator to, because we know that Misha returns to Penacony. Their corpse is still sitting there in the Dreamflux Reef. Yep. Icy was present at the fall of Akavili, which is one of the reasons why they went on that weird killing spree of sending people on suicide missions, as they began to lose faith, as we saw in the previous Improv tour trailer, Death of the Elation. From the day the withering curse consumed my whole body, and I stumbled across the Express. So these are 2 different days, or is it the same day? That's kind of odd phrasing. It's fine if you don't want to submit this, because like the project was Imagenesis Project Your Future Self. Himiko, that's like fucked up to say to a kid that's like sick, and you never know, they could beat the curse. Someone could find a cure. Her dad's gone doing that right now. They don't know that they don't know that her dad's dead. As long as you can enjoy every day that you have, I have no future. That's so depressing. You don't have to accept your fate. And then we see you'll definitely become a navigator. The future self comes out of the painting. I do wonder why their memories are so different, though. Because Himiko seems to not remember everything. Let's join the Phantasm Games and make a wish on the omnipotent laughter. Wasn't it implied that Himiko didn't win the Phantasm Games, though, in, like, 4.2? In the time we have left, roll the dice one more time, then you can take my place. Interesting. Alright, theory time. Here, I think maybe Himiko didn't win the Phantasm Games, but the non-Imogenesis Himiko did, and then they used that power where instead of being able to cure the Withering Curse, they put real Himiko's soul, body, mind, or whatever into the new Himiko body, the Imogenesis one, creating a new being that is the Himiko that we have together, which will explain why there's memory overlap. It'll explain a lot of the confusing things. And a really popular theory right now is that the two of them fuse together in some way, shape, or how. Because I think that the weathering marks that we saw on this Himiko, because when they showed the art, actually I have the art of that. Hang on. Yeah, I have it saved right here. She has the weathering curse. You can see it right here. They both do. So after this moment, I think so. If this is confirmation that this Himiko is Imogenesis, then these are probably just cosmetic. So my current theory is that that she moved on. I don't want her to just be dead, because that feels lame and it's really bad for Welt's motivation from like the Alien Space manga. I really hope that it's not just, oh, I'm dead and then I just passed on the torch. No, that's dumb and I don't want it to happen. I hope they come up with something better than that. I hope the fusion theory proves out to be true. And with that, we've been rambling for 20 minutes, so I feel like we should just move on at this point. Anywho, if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, I would highly recommend that you go and join my Discord. It's where I let people know what to do, what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I also take a few requests if you want me to react to something in particular that I don't cover on the channel, because we don't actually react to everything anymore. I mostly pick and choose what I want to react to, unless somebody else demands I do it. In fact, there was some interest in it, so we even read a full novel at one point on stream, and we ended up doing that. So, there's a lot of stuff in the pipeline coming up. I'm still haven't played through the Moon stuff that's going on in Genshin, as well as Sandrone's Tea Party stuff. I haven't got around to getting to that either. And I should probably leave some time open so that I can react to future trailers that are going to drop, because Himiko Nova is probably going to get a trailer that's going to drop within the next, 4 days, probably. And beyond that, there's probably going to be a Fate trailer at some point in the next 4 days. Or 8 days. Because we're halfway through July, and I believe the Fate portion of the 4.4 patch goes live on, the 24th, which is my dad's birthday. I'm recording this on the 11th, which is my close friend Matt's birthday. Anywho, that's going to be all from me. If you'd like to see what future content is coming down the pipeline, be sure to stay tuned. I'm not going to ask you to like and subscribe, but it wouldn't hurt if you did. Anywho, that's all from me. See you all when I see ya. Bye-bye!